Jó reggelt kívánok, hogy vagy? Jó? Start of a start of another day, and as you can see, it's just like the old times. Just like the old days when I was, standing here in my bathrobe in the morning and talking about, when I was going to pick up my truck, and the sleeping arrangements with the LTC and all that all that stuff. And hmm, boy, that's good. I don't have any biscotti though, but nonetheless, the coffee is still good. But yeah, it seems like just yesterday that I was. Oh, here come the comments again. So it seems like just yesterday that I was standing here in the kitchen in my bathrobe and talking about this big trip that I was going to take. This big trip cross country and go all the way across America and up into British Columbia and all that kind of stuff. And here I am, what, two and a half months later, and I did quite a bit of that. I actually accomplished quite a bit as I stand here talking. My camper is sitting in an RV repair place in Boise, Idaho, and waiting for me to come back and pick it up. But but anyway, it's I slept in. I think I woke up this morning uh, early because nature called and crawled back into bed, my bed, and it's nice being back in my bed. It's always nice being back in your bed. But crawled back into my bed, and next thing I knew, it was 8 o'clock in the morning. And Alexa, volume two. Crawled back in bed, and the next thing I knew, it was 8 o'clock in the morning. And I was having some good dreams. I was having some really good dreams. I don't remember the specifics about the dreams, but regardless, they were. I do remember that they were good dreams. But I got to tell you, being back, it's really interesting. When I it's quite a different feeling being alone in a big house such as this. It's quite a different feeling being alone in a big house like this, or being alone in a camper, out in the wilderness. For some reason, the sense of loneliness or isolation isn't quite the same when you're out there traveling around and you're in the camper as when you're back here. And I got home yesterday, and everything was just like I found it. I had let a neighbor stay here or a neighbor's family stay here. That my neighbor was under some having some health challenges, and I let their family members stay at my house while I was traveling. But I came back to the house, and the house was just like I left it. Just as I had left it 2.5 months ago. But I got to tell you, being alone in a big house like this, it's a house. It's not a home. When you're with somebody, when somebody else is with you, a partner, a wife, what have you, then it becomes a home. Then it's a home. Now it's just a house. It's just a house. It's just a place to do my work and to shower and to sleep and what have you. And it can get it can. I'm not gonna lie. It can be a bit lonely at times. To be in such a big house by yourself and have no company. Maybe I should get a dog. Yeah, that's it. Maybe I should get. No, wait a minute. I did get a dog once. I did get a dog, and that didn't work. That didn't work out. But speaking of my dog, Buddy. Those of you that remember Buddy, I got a picture of Buddy. Buddy is traveling across the country right now in a camper with a beautiful young lady named Grace and my client Jim and his wife Linda. But uh, but anyway, no, I'm just teasing about getting a dog. But anyway, no, it's an adjustment. It's an adjustment to go from, being in the camper. I was content. I was content being in that camper and sleeping out in the wilderness by myself and making my morning coffee and cranking up the generator and going to sleep at night and what have you. I was content, being by myself. Not that I didn't necessarily like being by myself. It would have been nicer to have somebody with me while I was camping. But that being said, I was content. But being back here in the big house, now that's a different thing. It would be much nicer to wake up in the morning with somebody next to you and do a little cuddling and come down and make some breakfast and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, someday, someday that'll happen. But hmm, boy, that's good. Anyway, what else is on my mind? Somebody mentioned something yesterday in one of the videos, or in one of the comments about me being too picky or whatever. I forget I forget how they phrased it, but something about something implying that I may be too picky when it comes to dating somebody or whatever. You know what? The fact of the matter is, I don't have I really don't have a very long checklist when it comes to meeting a potential partner. I look for somebody that's got, good values, good beliefs. They don't have to be, their beliefs don't have to be my beliefs, but just as I would respect their beliefs, I would hope that they would respect mine. Somebody that is somewhat intelligent, somebody that is financially responsible, somebody that manages their money well, somebody that is somewhat intelligent, somewhat able to maintain an intelligent conversation. Physically, I don't have a checklist when it comes to somebody's physical characteristics. I've been a sucker for big brown eyes, but other than that, I don't have a checklist. People may think that I'm only into dating women that are outside of the United States or from outside of the United States, and that's not true. Like my dad said, as a matter of fact, you see my cup. I reached into the cabinet today to grab a cup, and I was going to grab the Hungary coffee cup, but then I saw, Dad, and I thought, I'd hmm, pour a cup of coffee into Dad's old coffee cup, but no, I don't have. My dad used to say, when you get to be my age, all women are beautiful. And there's something to be said about that. There's something to be said about that. When you get to be my age, all women are beautiful. But I don't have a checklist per se when it comes to women. I see these comments coming across. Who's chatting? Who's chatting with me this morning? Maybe I can pull up my comments. Yoda Ivana. Hello, Atal Kalat. Get a housemate. Yeah, get a housemate. I don't know. We will see. We will see about the housemate. But love is something that love is something that you don't have any control over. I mean, it's just one of those things in life that either it happens or it doesn't happen. Um, it's just you don't have any control over it. You meet somebody and either you're attracted to them or you're not, and and if something develops, it's not like you can turn your heart on and off like you turn on a light switch. But anyway, we will we will see. I just finished chatting with a woman from Brazil. Well, she's from here. She lives here in South Florida, but she's from Brazil. And rather nice first conversation. She's 48 and and a nice lady. She's got a 14-year-old son. Um, and I think we're going to meet for coffee later this week. But anyway, we will see, as the saying goes. But right now, I need to get on with my day. I need to make the most of this time that I'm home. I'm home for 12 days, and I have no excuse to not get done what I need to get done. I've got a lot of work that I wasn't able to do, when I was traveling. But what do we have here? Tom, you are wanting it too much when you are not looking. That's what you special one have to say. They come, yeah. So anyway, I'm not going to dwell on the whole finding somebody. I'm not going to dwell on the whole finding somebody thing. It's not a priority for me, and if it happens, it happens. So it's not something that preoccupies my mind. Being in a relationship or not being in a relationship doesn't define who I am. It's a it's just something that will or will not happen. But anyway, so it's on with the show, so to speak. I pretty much have my mind set that I'm going to go back and pick up my camper on Friday. 1 week from this coming Friday, I'm going to land in Boise, and I'm going to do a straight shot from Boise back to Ohio, and I'm going to leave my camper in Ohio. It'll be right at the end of August. I'll leave my camper in Ohio right at the end of August, and I'm going to catch a flight back down here to Florida. It's nice having two cars, I got to tell you. But I'm going to catch a flight back down here to Florida right at the end of August, and then I'm going to watch. I'm going to wait and I'm going to watch. I'm going to wait for the leaves to change, and that'll be right about the middle of September. And I'm going to go fly back up to Ohio, get my camper. I'm going to drive up through New England, and I'm going to watch the changing of the colors up in Vermont and in New Hampshire and Maine, and I'll be looking forward to that. And then after that, who knows? After that trip, I don't know. I was watching a show last night with Gordon Ramsay, the chef down in New Zealand, and just looking at some of that scenery makes me want to think about going back down under. But anyway, so that's about it, folks. I hope everybody out there has a great day, and take good care. Okay. All right. See you later. Bye bye.